This is Business Morning. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Chike-Obi. Well, let's get the show started with today's business briefing. The Director General of the Budget Office of the Federation, Mr. Ben Akabweze, is proposing an amendment for the nation's public procurement law with a view to making it more efficient. At a meeting organized by the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry on the 2019 budget, Mr. Akabweze criticized the 15% contract cost provision often used to mobilize contractors. On his part, the ACCI President Adetokunbo Kayode called on the government to make the budget process more inclusive, stressing that the current situation where the private sector that accounts for about 80% of the economy is not consulted during budget formulation stage. And the former Managing Director of Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, Mr. Mustapha Chike-Obi, has called for effective regulations in order to make institutional reforms effective in the country. Mr. Chike-Obi, who believes that the federal government has too much power over institutions, was speaking at the Nigerian Economic Outlook Conference.
In the end, government has too much power over the institutions we regulate. I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have in Nigeria with reforms. So the reforms sound good, they start off good, but at the end of the day, you find out, look, why the heck is NERC regulating the electricity tariffs? It's like regulating, like going to the Sahara Desert and saying, I want to regulate the price of water. Get the water there first. Let's have enough electricity first, before you start telling us what price we should sell it at. NERC should not be business. But again, that's overregulation. And I think that once we can deal with responsible regulation, I think that most of those reforms will be good. AMCON, by the way, was a very necessary intervention at the time it was. I'm not so sure AMCON is necessary today, but at the time AMCON came in, the banking system would have collapsed absent AMCON. And so it happened, but you and I, we've discussed this before. I think AMCON should be folded into NDIC at this point and become a division in NDIC. But at the time it was necessary, and we didn't want to go into the scope of the problem because that would have scared the system. But now I think it can be folded quietly into NDIC.